Thank you very much. Welcome everybody to our Eureka meet for Inventors Club. We're very lucky tonight to have Dana Knowles. She is the Director of Inventor Relations at Inventor, and that's no mean job. She's really got a work cut out for her. She's an inspirational speaker of note. She has the most wonderful background. She has an inventing streak because she's constantly making up new things. She has a wonderful product that she's marketing all the time, which she's going to share with us tonight. And I think more importantly, she's going to tell us why she's such a specialist using the telephone, and that cold calling doesn't have to be cold. It's one of those skills that every inventor needs to develop. And then she's got a surprise up her sleeve for us, which I think is really fabulous. I'm afraid I've got some computer problems, so I don't have an intro sheet today. But nevertheless, please put on your cameras and keep your cameras on. Thank you very much for that. And remember not to talk about anything that's not in the public domain, in case you want to, in terms of when you're asking Dana questions. But I'm going to bow out now and hand over to Dana. But one last thing to say, thank you very much to Don Skaggs. Don is actually from the Inventors Network in Kentucky. He runs it, and he's helping us tonight with recording and with the technical backup. So I do appreciate your presence, Don, and as I do everybody else, but particularly because you're helping me with the technical side. So thank you very much, Don.
Happy to do it.
Please, people, introduce yourself in chat and tell us where you're from. And then over to you, Dana. I'm looking forward to this. Thank you very, very much for deciding to come to us tonight.
Thank you. And it is always so much fun to talk to inventors because it's my God-given talent. It's a blessing. It's a curse. It's, you know, but it's what I do. And I'm so glad that I finally, after 20 years of trying to take a product to market, every kind of different way you could possibly imagine, I finally found licensing, which is, I've come to believe is the easier, softer way for me, the independent product developer. Most of you know what licensing is. You show your product to a company. You're trying to find a company that likes your idea enough, and then they're going to invest all of their, you know, money, time, effort into manufacturing, packaging, shipping, warehousing, showing it to buyers, putting it on the .coms, putting it in retail stores, insurance, returns, all that jazz. And when your product goes to market, like my product went to market, I collect mailbox money, and that's fun money. Just every 3 months at the end of the month, I go out to the mailbox and I have a check there, and I'm not doing any of the work. Real quick, I just want to, oops, let me share my screen. Hold on a second. Let me share my screen. I just want to show everybody my, my shower caddy. Okay, can you see the Amazon page? Okay.
Yes.
Okay, so this is the hanging fabric shower caddy. This is the shower caddy that I licensed to Grand Fusion Housewares. Trying to get this. Let me get my little box over there. Okay. We now have 839 reviews. There are 75% of those 839 reviews. It's a little over 600 reviews. It's been on the market for 2 years. The company is very happy with it, and I'm really happy. And I do want to say I signed a 5-year contract with the company, and they're happy with the way it's going. When my contract's up in, I think it's another year, they're just going to sign another contract with me. They already said they would. So I'm just gonna, if I can, if this video will play. Nope, it isn't. Here it is. Okay, so that is my product. I just wanted to give you a little backstory about that product development in case you were curious. But we're going to talk about cold calling today, but I want to first start by saying that I never cold called before in my life. I have and I don't have an education in, like, I have no college education. I have no background in sales or anything like that. So I had a pretty rough past. I think, Celeste, you're going to have me come on in the future, and I'm going to do a presentation called Company 53. And I do talk a lot about my past. And the reason I like to say that is because I know that anybody can do this, because if I can do it, anybody can do it. And it's super scary at first. And, but it's, we got to start somewhere. So I have been inventing for 30 years for the first 20 years of I've always been creative, but from the time I really kind of started getting serious, well, about 20 years, I guess, I tried to do everything, and I was reaching out to some companies, but I just didn't know how to do it right. I was writing long emails. I was sending letters. I was sending non-disclosure agreements. I just didn't know how to do it. And of course, naturally, I was getting no responses at all because I was so amateur, and I definitely looked it. There's something about calling is that the most important thing that I can say is that even though I do it all the time, I almost always have a script in front of me to keep me on track, especially when you're going to cold call somebody and you get their voicemail. That voicemail has to be short, sweet, and right to the point. You can't go on and on and on and on. So when I have a script in front of me, that keeps me on tracks. And, I write the script. I just how I do it is I put everything out there I want to say, and then I whittle it down. And then I will record myself on my phone reading it, so it's embedded in my brain. And then I still have the script in front of me when I'm calling someone. You have to set, when I'm reaching out to somebody, and I'm a licensing expert, they call me. I don't know where I got that title at. I don't know where it came from, but I guess, after you do something for so long, you get really, really good at it. So I'm sorry, I got a gnat flying around me. So I'm not real professional at all, right? So when I first started, well, I can't tell my story without saying that I became an InventRight student. I am the director of Inventor Relations for InventRight. What I do is reach out to companies for a program that we have called Bridging the Gap, to try to get them to come on to a personal private Zoom meeting with our students and tell us about their company. These are companies that are looking for outside ideas. And I guess I got really good at calling people. And Stephen asked me if I wanted to lead this program. So that's how that kind of came to be. And then I also am an advisor for InventRight. I talk to people all day, all morning, and all evening about what InventRight does. But I'm not here to plug InventRight, and most of you know about InventRight, so I'm not going to go into that. But one of the biggest things that I've learned is that even before you start to call people, there's a couple things you have to do. One is you have to be prepared to send them over something right away. If you get somebody on the phone and they're like, yeah, what do you got? You need to have that set up in an email so that you can type in their email well, what's your email address? Because you're always going to send something in an email. What's your email address? Type in their email address, double check it, read it back to them, make sure it's correct, and hit send. So they immediately get your email. You don't want to wait for a week or 3 days or even 2 days, because what that tells them is that you're prepared and you're professional. So that's the first thing we want to do. You need to set yourself up. And really it's about having, a good sell sheet. And I'm going to show you 2 sell sheets. I'm going to show you the first one that I did myself. And this was for the original hanging shower caddy. So the sell sheet I made by myself. I thought it was so good and it was so great. And it was, it was fairly good, but it needed to be cleaned up a little bit. The main benefit statement, because when I'm reaching out to a company, I need to tell them what the main benefit of the product is. So clean up the clutter and stop the shower curtain from blowing in. Okay. And then I had a bunch of other, I'm not going to read through them, but a bunch of other bullet points. But if I send that over to a company right off the bat, it's not bad. But what I'm saying is I'm a time suck, and I want to take 15 or 20 minutes of their time for them to look at that sell sheet. The other sell sheet, this is the original, this is the sell sheet that I made. Can you see that one, Don? Yep. Okay. This is the sell sheet, was the one that I sent over, the one that InventRight Design Studio did for me. It still says, you know, stay organized, stop the shower curtain from blowing in, 4 different bullet points, and then my information. This is actually the sell sheet that I sent over to a company, Grand Fusion Housewares, and they immediately got it. I didn't even need a video in there. Sometimes we do, sometimes we don't. But when Grand Fusion Housewares said to me, send over what you got, I had this ready to go, and I immediately sent it over to them. So that's probably the first thing, is that we have to be prepared when we do the cold calling, that if there is a slight chance that somebody says, and I mean slight chance, that you get the right person on the phone and they say, send over your stuff, you have to immediately be prepared to send over that stuff. To set yourself up for cold calling, one of the things that we have to do is we have to make sure that we investigate the companies that we're reaching out to. So if you had a product idea that you want to get in front of a certain company, you have to go to their website. You have to read, and some websites have a lot of information on them. You have to read about what they do. And sometimes they'll say they're open to outside ideas. Sometimes they have the portals on the website, but I generally don't like to use portals because you really never know what it goes to, where it goes to. But it's not a bad idea to use them either, because some companies actually do look at those things. But we're talking about cold calling. So what I did today is, and Celeste and I talked a little bit ago, and she's all excited because I haven't actually, I know she's all excited. I'm excited too, but let me tell you what I'm about to do. I am still nervous. Now, not only am I nervous for what I'm about to do, but I have 8 other people watching me now. I am going to make a couple cold calls. Now, I know she's all excited. She's like jumping out of her chair. When Celeste and I talked the other day, and I said, we talked about it even before, and I was thinking of making the calls and recording them and then playing them on this. But what's the difference if I make a cold call while I'm doing this live, or if I record it? So when I told Celeste that I would go ahead and pick some random companies and make a cold call, she got so excited. So I picked 2 random companies, and I can tell you, I'm always nervous because I always think I'm going to sound like an idiot, but I have to remember that those are people just on the other end. I think I get more nervous when I'm talking to companies that they don't know what I'm talking about. Like, I will get a gatekeeper that says, I have no idea what you're talking about. Okay, well then, can I talk to so-and-so, so-and-so, so-and-so? So the first company, hold on, let me.
Dana?
We might have lost Dana.
Oh.
We'll see if she can jump back on.
That's.
She got nervous.
She'll be coming back on, I think. I was actually going to ask her, well, what is the purpose of her call that she's going to make? You can imagine that a cold call could be made for many, many reasons. It could be that I want to do some research on something. Who would I speak to? It's not only to sell your product.
Sorry about that.
Oh, hi, Dana. Excuse me, I was going to ask you, what is the purpose of your 2 calls? Are you going to talk about licensing?
Well, my my call, my questions are always, I'm gonna call two companies, Bragg and Mohawk. Okay, I was gonna pull up their websites too. I accidentally left the Zoom meeting instead of share screen. Sorry about that. Yeah. See, you don't have to be perfect, right? I was going to ask them first if they're open to outside ideas. Yes, about licensing, because that's what I talk about. I don't know how to, why, if you are cold calling a company, you're going to call them for two reasons. One, either you're wanting to show them an idea so that they can put it in their product line for licensing, or two, you have a product that you've already developed and you want to ask them if they want to put it under their brand. When you're cold calling, so if you've already started your own company and you're cold calling, you're going to be cold calling buyers, you're going to be cold calling, distributors. But I don't do that. So I don't think it matters who you're calling. It's all about just pick up the damn phone and do it and learn as you go. Now, another thing real quick before I make these calls is that if you have a list of people to call, we all have our wonder companies, the ones we'd love to get into. They're big, they have great distribution, you can make a boatload of money. They're a great company to work with. And then we have the medium companies, and then we have the little companies. When you first start cold calling, you should always, always, always start with, I'm going to say this, the bottom feeders, the ones that you don't care about. Because if you start to call the big ones, you're going to make all your mistakes, and you're going to make mistakes, period. You're going to flub up. You're going to muddle over your words. You're going to hang up on somebody. I did that once. I hung up on a guy. And I thought, oh, geez, when I was trying to license the shower caddy, and he said, and the call just dropped. I was on a cell phone and the call just dropped. And I said, geez, that's it. And the guy called me back and he's like, don't worry about it. And I've made hundreds and hundreds and hundreds. I don't know how many calls I've made. I mean, hundreds of calls. And to my recollection, I have only ever talked to one nasty person. The guy was just not nice. He went into this long spiel about how hard it is to do this and do that. And he just like, and I just let him yell at me. He was yelling at me. And I just said, okay, well, thank you so much. Have a great day. I mean, what am I going to do? I'm not going to rebuttal him. I'm not going to argue back with them. One out of hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of calls. I mean, I would have to say that I've done over 500 calls since I've been in this game for the last 5 years. In fact, when I jumped on earlier with you, Celeste, and I was early, I thought, well, geez, now I have, 45 minutes or so. Let me take this opportunity to reach out to some companies. And I reached out to some companies because this is the thing about calling too. You are only going to be on the phone with them for 3 to 5 minutes tops. It is not a half an hour phone call. It is not an hour phone call. It is I'm calling to get information. Cold calling, and I hate that word, that term, we really need to, we should call it relationship starting, because that's what you're doing. You're starting relationships with people, and you would be surprised at how many people want to be helpful. So, okay, I'm gonna hit the right button this time. So, let me see if I can find it, because I don't know if I can find it because I completely went out of everything and got back into it. Okay, so give me 1 second and let me pull something up real quick. Okay, here we go. So I'm going to call two companies, but before I call those companies, I want to show, whoops, I need to get this little boxy thing out of here. Okay. I want to show you the two companies. Let me move this Zoom box thing's messing me up. So the first company I'm going to call is Mohawk. How I found them, and this is important. How did I find Mohawk? So the other day I went to Target and I had to buy a thing. It's called a rug gripper, non-slippy thing. The company that made it is Mohawk. So I thought, well, that's interesting. So I saved the label. And I just went into mohawk.com and it pulled it up. So they're innovative rug designs, you know, all that jazz. And I read, you know, this morning when I was doing everything, getting prepared, I read about them. And clearly they say in there that they're innovative. They're continuously looking for ways to serve our customers and our communities responsibly by developing energy efficient manufacturing process and eco-friendly products. So what they're telling me is they are manufacturing their own products. You never want to reach out to a distributor because a distributor is just a distributor. They buy from over here and sell over here. They're just the middleman. Always, 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 you have to read the about section of a company. And it's always good to be familiar with a company. I briefly read through here. They have 2 different brands underneath their name. And then of course, down here, I go into the contact. And sometimes the telephone number does not come up, but they have a telephone number. So I am going to call them. And I figured I first thought maybe I would put them on speaker, or I would do it just my voice, but then I thought, why not put them on speaker? They're not going to tell me anything that nobody can know. Nobody can, hold on, okay. Okay, so just be prepared. I might totally screw up. And everybody can hear me, right?
Yes.
Okay. So the number for Mohawk, and I'm just going to call the 1-800 number. Now I'm going to be.
Thank you for calling Mohawk. Your call is very important to us and may be recorded for quality assurance purposes. Please stay on the line and the next available representative will be with you shortly.
And I'm also going to always have paper and pen to take notes. Always.
Thank you for calling Mohawk. How can I help you?
Hi, my name is Dana Knowles, and I'm a product developer, and I was wondering if Mohawk Home was open to outside product ideas for licensing.
I am not sure about that, but I can give you the number to our corporate office.
That would be great. Thank you. What is your name?
My name is Miracle.
Miracle. Oh, that's an awesome name. I love it. Yeah. Yeah, that number would be great. Thanks.
Okay, no problem. Can I just go ahead and get your zip code just so I can document the call?
Sure. 25401.
Okay, so are you ready for the number?
I am.
It is 1-800-241-4900. Our corporate office is based out of Georgia. You can go ahead and press option 0 for the operator and they'll get you to where you need to go.
Okay, great. Thank you so much. You have a great day.
You too.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Okay. That wasn't so scary, was it? Come on. She was
Amazing.
nice. Her name was Miracle. Now, she offered to tell me what state they were in. It's always important to know what state you're calling because of the time zones. You know, that's important. I didn't even look at where Mohawk was located in the beginning, but at this point now, you know, my time, 11:57, they certainly are going to be open. Okay, so I'm going to call the corporate office. You ready? This is so much fun. I'm such a goof. Okay. You got to have fun with it, you know, and these are people just like me, just like you. Okay, she said I could press whatever number, but I don't want to do that. I'm just going to call them direct.
Thank you for calling Mohawk Industries. If you know your party's 5-digit extension, please enter it now. To dial by name, press 1. For customer service, press 2. For claims, press 3. For financial services or credit, press 4. For marketing, press 5. For accounts payable, press 7. For the help desk, press 8. For the operator, press 9. To repeat this menu, please press 0.
I'm going to press 8 for marketing. Oh, that was 5. Whoops. I just act like they
For
can.
flooring support, which includes Mohawk Home,
Okay.
Mohawk Corporate, Pad, Laminate, Hardwood, Unilin, Pergo, and IBC, press 1. for ceramic support, which includes down tile.
I pressed the wrong button. Let me call it again. No, they were just reading off all of their brands. So a lot of times what's on the website is not, it's deceiving. Maybe they haven't updated their website in 2 or 3 years. Who knows? We find that out a lot when we go to trade shows, that companies, and we found that out a lot in Bridging the Gap, that their website isn't anywhere near the amount of product brands that they have because they're too busy to update their website. Okay, I'm gonna call that number again because I need to press 5. I pressed 8. Is this interesting to everybody?
It's lovely, Dana. I think you need to press 8 and not 5.
I did press 8. I'm gonna
Oh,
listen
I
to it
thought-
again.
I
I'm
thought
gonna-
5 was the technical one or something, and
Well,
8
hold on,
was
I'm gonna
marketing.
listen to it again.
Thank you for calling Mohawk Industries. If you know your party's 5-digit extension, please enter it now. To dial by name, press 1. For customer service, press 2. For claims, press 3. For financial services or credit, press 4. For marketing, press 5. For accounts payable, press.
Okay, I pressed 5 for marketing.
Sorry, no.
Nobody's home in marketing. Okay. So we're gonna try again. We're gonna just talk to the operator. Hello?
Thank you for calling Mohawk Industries. If you know your party's 5-digit extension,
Actually,
please enter it now.
We're gonna
To dial by name.
2 was customer service. See, I write it all down. I try to write it all down because a lot of times you have to call
Press
back.
1 for residential customer service. Press 2 for commercial customer service.
It's not who I want. That's not who I want, but I'm gonna go anyway.
Press 1 for residential customer. Your call will be recorded.
I'm gonna talk to them anyway. I need somebody to get me somewhere.
All customer service agents are assisting other customers.
There's a lot of waiting
Please hold
too.
and your call will be answered in the order it was received. Log on to www.mohawkexchange.com, where it is easy to do just about all of your business with Mohawk online. Everything from placing orders and checking stock to order and pricing inquiries can be completed easily and simply with Mohawk Exchange. Thank you for calling Mohawk Customer Service. This is Stacy. Can I get your name and date? Can I get your account number, please?
I don't have an account number, Stacy. I'm trying to find somebody in marketing, and when I call extension 5, no one answers. I'm trying to find a marketing manager.
All right. You're with me one moment. Like I said, extension.
Okay.
Do you want me to get you connected to them?
No, if you have an extension, that would be fine.
It's an internal extension.
Okay, then can you connect me?
I will. Here with me one moment. I'll get you connected.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. Smart Strand carpet is the softest, most durable, easiest to clean carpet on the planet. Beautiful, luxurious Smart Strand Forever Clean is the only carpet with lifetime stain resistance built into the core of the fiber, so you can enjoy 100% protection for life. Smart Strand Forever Clean is the best carpet for pet owners yet. with a warranty that covers all pets, all accidents, all the time. Now featuring all new ColorMax technology, Smart Strand offers the latest innovation in carpeting. ColorMax offers beautifully blended colorations that are specifically designed to complement the natural depth and color variation of wood and stone.
I'll usually
Now, you
hold
don't
for
have
about a
to choose
minute,
between the
go through this
performance
for
of
about a
furniture and
minute.
wood
Then I gotta
and the
try
softness
something
of
different. I'm gonna show you
carpet.
something different I
You can
do.
choose both. Solid Tech luxury vinyl flooring is the perfect blend of style and durability. Designed to withstand your family life with kids and pets, Solid Tech is 100% waterproof, stain resistant, and comes with a no-gap guarantee. Mohawk guarantees that Solid Tech's core construction will prevent
Nobody's home at the marketing place. Okay. Nobody's there, and I'm not getting anywhere. Okay. This is normal. Trust me, this is normal. You can spend a half an hour trying to get to somebody. So I am going to call back one more time just for, like, if I was not on this Zoom call doing this, I might spend a half an hour just trying to navigate. This is something that's interesting. Hopefully I'll get Stacy back on the phone if I go to customer service, but I might listen to all those options again just to see if there's one option in there that might better serve what I'm, what I'm trying to do. Is this interesting to you? Give me a nod, thumbs up.
Yes,
Yes.
yes, very much so, Dana.
Okay, great,
Um,
perfect. Okay, I just want to make sure I'm not boring you because this is like the boring part, but. I'm gonna listen to those options again.
Thank you for calling Mohawk Industries. If you know your party's 5-digit extension, please enter it now. To dial by name, press 1. For customer service, press 2. For claims, press 3. For financial services or credit, press 4. For marketing, press 5. For accounts payable, press 7. For the help desk, press 8. For the operator, press 9. To repeat this menu, please press 0.
I'm gonna press 8 because that was the help desk. And this is really interesting what I do.
for flooring support, which includes Mohawk Home, Mohawk
Maybe
Corporate,
it's not the kind of help I want.
Laminate, Hardwood, Unilin, Pergo, and IVC, press 1. For ceramic support, which includes down tile, American Olean, Marazzi, Ranyo, and all SSCs, press 2. Please stay on the line to repeat these options.
Okay, that's not what I want. Okay, what I would have done if I got another company I'm gonna call. What I would have done if I could do this now, I could go back, I could try to talk to Miracle again, I could try to talk to Stacy again and try and get their email address. Okay. Because every company uses the same email address. Like my email address is at Dana@Inventor. Okay, that's my email address. So you can kind of guess what Steven's address is and what Andrew's address is and what Sylvia's address is and what all the coaches' addresses are. They're all the same. Companies do that all the time. And then I would go on to LinkedIn, try to find them on LinkedIn, get their name because they have a dial by name directory. So I find them on LinkedIn, find out what their name is, and then reach back out to them. And actually you can, down by name and try to get somebody that way. I mean, I don't really have time to do that at this point. So let me just call the next company that I'm gonna call. Let me get that out of there. Let me get that out of there. Okay, Breg. Breg is a company. I had a little ankle problem and I went to the orthopedic doctor, the foot doctor, and he gave me a brace. And that brace was this. I looked at it and the company's name is Breg. So I thought, oh, that's interesting. And so I held on to this little pamphlet, the insert that came with the package, and I pulled them up on their website. I'm looking at what they do, what they're about. It appears to me after reading everything that they do absolutely make their own products. They have their own brands. And then I went to their contact us. So the 1-800, that's the number I'm going to call. Now it's interesting because this paper I have for Mohawk, now I really want to get into them, right? So let me call Breg. Okay,
Thank you for calling Breg. If you know the extension of the party you wish to reach, you may enter it at any time. For our company directory, please press 1. To speak to a Breg customer care representative, please press 2. For patient insurance billing inquiries, such as patient product returns, questions on coverage, or patient insurance bills, please press 3. If you would like to speak to the accounts receivable department or credit department regarding wholesale business, please press 4. If you would like to speak to the accounts payable department, please press 5. To speak to the operator, please press 0.
okay.
To return to the main menu and hear this again,
I'm going to go to the operator because customer service is only going to take care of
Very important to us.
customer stuff, and I'm not a customer.
Next available agent or press 0 to.
Hi, thank you for calling back. How can I direct your call?
Hi, my name is Dana Knowles, and I'm a product developer, and I'm looking to speak to someone that looks at new product ideas for licensing, possibly a marketing manager or someone that's in charge of new innovation.
Do you happen to have a name of somebody I can direct you to?
I do not. Do you have a marketing manager that I could speak with?
I do, but I can look up names or anything. I only have names available. Like I don't have them by departments or such. So I can only direct you if you have a name available for me.
Okay. I do not, because I'm just calling to see if you're open to new ideas, to look at new ideas, of course, in the, in your category. Do you have an innovations? Well, I guess you're not. You just have names, right? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you so much.
Yeah. Have a good day.
Okay. Bye-bye. Okay. That's how easy that was. Now, what my next move is that she doesn't know anything. I ask her, she don't know nothing. You are gatekeepers. I mean, unless they've been with the company forever and ever and ever, they don't know much about anything. They just they're just there to direct traffic, right? So what I have to do again is I have to get on LinkedIn. I have to find that company. I have to get the name. Now I know that I can call them back and ask for a name. So let me do this because we have time. Let me go onto LinkedIn. Let me see if I can.
Dana, there was under About Us, as David has pointed out, there was product submissions.
There was but I want to talk to somebody because I don't,
sure.
right.
Would they not have somebody there maybe? Or would that just?
Well, I'm asking, they're not on the website. I don't think they're on the website. Let's see here. Hold on a second. Let me get back. Where's
under About Us?
What is that? Open Skype, cancel Breg. Always allow Breg to open. What is that on there? I don't know what that is. Okay. Under the About Us, that's where I'm kind of at.
You go right down just above press room.
What? Yeah, well, I am in the About Us. But it's just a, do they have
Okay,
it?
on that list there, under
Yeah.
About Us at the bottom of the web page,
Oh, okay.
just go down and you'll see About Press Room.
See what?
Oh, hang on. Yeah, product submission in the middle.
Oh, there, let's look at that and
Would
see
there
what
be
it says.
somebody there, maybe?
Well, they're never, well, you know what that tells me? That tells me they are open to outside ideas. So I need to do some more digging to find the people, because they don't give you any information called, they're just asking you. Invention portals, the only number that I've ever seen on there is like the number. So yeah, they're just asking you for, but that's a good thing. And thanks for pointing that out, that they are open. They are open. So, let me go in here. So I'm in BREG Bragg. Who's Tony? Oh no, let me see. I want to go into the people and employees, 732 employees. Yay. Vice P of marketing and customer experience. Because I'm going to call her back and I'm going to ask for somebody specific, but I just got to find a title.
But Jane, if you look at on the website that you're showing that page, they've got there, please read the following before submitting your idea.
I don't care about, I don't care, but that's when you submit it online. And we're not doing that. Do you know what I mean?
No. My question on that, is this the kind of company you want to deal with if they've got that non-IP protecting comment?
I might want to call them anyway and start the conversation. What they have on their website and what they say verbally could be two different things.
Okay.
So Bragg will only consider initial ideas on a non-confidential basis. Yeah, I know when I send it to them, but I'm going to get my, if I'm going to have a PPA on it or a patent or whatever on it, Bragg is not required to keep your idea confidential. And if your idea is not protected by a patent, Bragg is free to use your idea for any purpose, including commercialization of your idea for the sole benefit of Bragg. Please note also that acceptance of your submission does not oblige. Yeah, that's kind of normal on a portal. That's why you don't want to send them on a portal.
Okay, thank you.
But the purpose of this is just to do the cold calling to see, you know what I mean? To get you guys, I'm just trying to find somebody at Bragg that, regional sales operation. They have a lot, director of manufacturing, sales rep. Let me see. Bragg. Let me call Tara Brown. So I'm going to call her back. I didn't get that woman's number either. So let's see. I'm just looking to see if there's any other. Okay.
Clark found somebody, Jennifer Epp.
Okay, what's her title?
Third Vice President, Marketing Customer Experience. It's in the chat.
Okay, cool. Okay, great. Let me go ahead and hold on. Let me pull this up bigger so I can see the chat. Oh. Okay, I got to stop sharing to see it. Okay, because I won't have to share anymore. Jennifer Epp. Okay, let me call. I got 4 names. I'm gonna try. I got 3 names: Tara, Brittany, and Jennifer. So let's see if we can reach out and get one of them on the phone. I really just want you to get an idea of what it's like to talk to somebody. And I'm not talking to anybody, but you learned how to talk to a gatekeeper, and they're not so scary. That's the first person you're going to talk to is the gatekeeper. And their job is to direct you to the right person. You just have to know the right words to say. Marketing manager, innovation, new product development. But if they still don't know, they don't know. So let me call her back. And I don't know if she'll answer or not.
Thank you for calling Bragg.
I
If you know
know.
the extension of the party you wish to reach,
I think
you
it
may
was
enter
it
at any
zero?
time.
Did I do
For a
zero?
company directory, please press
Well,
1.
you know what? Let's do a
To speak
company
to a rep-
directory. Now that we have
By
some,
using the keys on your touchtone phone, please enter the first or last name of the party you wish to reach. Your
oh shoot. Let's try that again.
Thank you for calling Bragg. If you know the extension of the party you wish to reach, you may enter it at any time. For a company directory, please press 1.
By using the keys on your touchtone phone, please enter the first or last name of the party you wish to reach. To reach. This is Jennifer. I am away from my desk at the moment. Please leave a detailed message with your callback number and the date and time that you called, and I will return your call as soon as
I'm gonna leave a message.
Press 1 to reach JENNERATKINS. Press 2 to reach Liz Lopez. Press 3
I'm in a
to
loop.
reach Jennifer F. Press 4 to reach
Chris.
Press transferring to Liz Lopez.
Sometimes their stuff doesn't work. But I'm not going to hang up. I'm just going to say, oh, I'm trying to reach, you know, if she answers.
Liz Lopez is not available to take your call. Please leave a message after the tone. Press the pound key to end recording.
Okay. Now I did press to reach Jennifer Epp, but it threw me over to somebody else. So let's try it again.
Thank you for
And it's a
calling
good
Bragg.
idea
If you
to
know the
write
extension
down
of the
like
party
all
you
the
wish to
numbers
reach,
that you
may
need to
enter it
press so
at
you
any
don't
time.
have to listen to it
For a
again.
company directory, please press 1.
By using the keys on your touchtone phone, please enter the first or last name of the
Okay.
party you wish to reach. Press star at any time to return to the... Your call is being transferred. Please hold. The number you are trying to reach is out of service.
Will they let me go back? Nope. Okay. I just want to talk to
Thank
one
you for calling
person.
Bragg. If you know the extension of the party you
By using the keys on your touchtone phone,
Let's
please
try
enter
Jennifer
the first
again.
or last name of the party you wish to reach.
We're going to do
Press star at any
EPP. Because that's her last
To
name.
reach Jennifer F. Press 1. To reach transferring to Jennifer F.
We'll leave a voicemail if I get a voicemail, just so you can hear the voicemail.
Hi, you've reached the voicemail of Jennifer F. with Bragg. I'm currently unavailable, but will return your call as soon as possible. Thanks and have a great day.
At the tone, please record your message. When you've finished recording, you may hang up or press 1 for more options.
Hi, Jennifer. My name is Dana Knowles, 304-676-2052. I'm reaching out to ask a question. Is Bragg open to outside ideas for licensing? I will try to reach back out to you. Again, my number is 304-676-2052. Thank you so much. Bye-bye. Okay, So I'm going to make a note that I left her a voicemail. If you notice, my voicemail was, my name is Dana Knowles, my number. You don't want to leave your number at the end. You want to say your name immediately and leave your number so that they'll listen to your whole message. And then if they need to get your number again, they don't have to listen to the whole message. So I said it once and then I said it at the end again. I told her I would try to reach back out. Sometimes I say I'm going to try to reach out with a voicemail. But what I'm going to do now is, and this is something that is interesting. So let me call them back one more time. I'm going to do something, see if it works, may work, may not work. I don't know.
Greg, if you know the extension of the party you wish to reach, you may enter it at any time. For a company directory, please press 1. To speak to a Bragg customer care representative, please press 2. For patient insurance billing inquiries, such as patient product returns, questions on coverage, or patient insurance bills, please press 3.
I think it's 0.
If you would like to speak to the accounts receivable department or credit department,
This is why it's important to write down the options.
press 4. If you would like to speak to the accounts payable department,
I think it's
please
0.
press 5. To speak to the operator, please press 0.
Yeah, I thought it was 0, but that's why it's important to write
Your
those
call is very
options.
important to us. Please wait for the next available agent or press 0 to leave a message.
And I didn't get the woman's number.
Can I direct your call?
Hi, my name is Dana Knowles. I just called. I'm not sure if I spoke with you. Did I speak with you? Do you remember? Just a few minutes ago.
I'm not sure.
Okay, well, I was asking for somebody in your marketing department, and you said you needed a name for me to reach out to.
Oh, yes.
Yeah. Do you have an email that I can send you over some information, and maybe you can send it? In the email, I'll tell you who to send it to.
Let me see.
Do you
if I have any.
do you have an email? An email address I can send it to you?
Me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Do you want me to give you that now?
Yes, please.
Okay, so that is mgarcia3@bragg.com.
mgarcia3
Mhm.
at bragg.com. What's the 3 for?
I wouldn't know.
You wouldn't know. They just gave it to you. Okay. Okay, great. Thanks so much. What's your first name?
Melissa.
Melissa. Okay, thanks, Melissa.
Thanks.
Okay, bye-bye. I'm trying to get an email address because now M. Garcia, her name is Melissa Garcia, 3. That's why I said, what's the 3 for? You know, and it's funny. I mean, they're real people. They're just regular people. So what I'm going to do now, I have a little bit more time. I just, do you have any questions or anything? I hope you found that to be, you know, a little bit not so scary now. You know, half the time you're going to either leave voicemails, get the voicemail, get the voice mailbox, not leave a message. I always like to leave a message, short, sweet. That's an introduction. They know that, okay, my name is Dana. I'm a product developer. Here's my number. I will reach back out. Boom. I've already said to them, I am a professional. I'm not going to suck the life out of you. And now this might take, I might have to reach out to them 6 or 7, 8 times. I've reached out to companies on the phone, this one woman 6 or 7 times before she finally picked up the phone and then apologized for me for not picking up the phone the last 6 or 7 times, you know? So.
Dana, can we move to Derek? He has a question.
Absolutely. Derek, do you want to just talk or do you?
Yeah, I am.
Yeah.
I'm muted
Okay.
myself.
Okay.
So you stated it and Don also reiterated it in the chat. So sometimes the official rules don't apply when you make a personal contact. So have you had success in your past with the rules say one thing, but I actually got a licensing deal because I talked to a person? You have examples of that?
Yeah, I don't have any examples of that, but I've heard of that happening where you know, some lawyer made the website or has told somebody what to put on the website. Nobody's even looked at it for 5 years. And the other person, because what you would do is if you get somebody on the phone, you can say, hey, your website says blah, 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 blah. And if they say, well, yes, that is true, well, then you have to make a decision if you want to go any further, because just because their website says it, just because it's on the internet, doesn't mean it's true. You know, so, but yeah, I've heard of that before, where that's why it's important. You know, sometimes I think that companies just put that up there just to keep the people away, keep the crazy inventors away, you know, but when your whole idea is you're making relationship calls. Let's get away from making cold calls. That's so antiquated. You're making relationship calls. Now that woman that I talked to, Jennifer, that woman that I left, I'm going to go search her out on LinkedIn. And I am going to go try to connect with her. And then I'm going to, it's all about relationships in this business. Trust me, it is all about relationships. That is the first and foremost thing that you have to start to create. So if I go on and find Jennifer on LinkedIn, I'll start, you know, if she posts anything or likes anything or, you know, shares anything, I'm going to start just making comments on it, actually reading the material, making comments on it. I'm trying to build her trust in me so that the next time I call in 3 weeks or 4 weeks, she's going to remember me. You got to be rememberable, and not because you're a crazy ass inventor, crazy person. You got to be rememberable because you took time to care enough and make it not all, it can't be all about me, 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 me. You make it about them. People are naturally attracted when you make it about them.
Thanks, Dana.
Then can we move to Clark? He has something to ask.
Sure.
So when do you find the best time to call someone? I know it's not always convenient, but is there like, don't call during lunchtime, don't call too early in the morning, don't call too late in the day? I mean, going for a job interview, the best time is like 10 o'clock. It's kind of this like weird, because people's energy level is still high and not drained, but at the end of the day, do you find success at a certain time?
I have found the most success calling people after hours. You know who's after, you know who's after hours? First of all, the gatekeeper's gone, so the phone is ringing. Owners and management always work late because that's just their nature of their business. They work, you know, I mean, I own my own business. I have a tuxedo rental business, and I'm the first one there and the last one to leave. You know, I mean, not now. I have a manager that does all that stuff now, but years ago, I was the first one there and the first one to leave. So I found that I've even called people on weekends, because who's in the office on a weekend? The important people are in the office. You can't hurt. You're either going to get them or you're not, you know? And even with the cold calls, I mean, I found that on LinkedIn too. I've reached out to somebody at 9:30 at night and on a Sunday night and got a response at 11:10, because we have these computers, right? You know, everybody has this right in our fingertips. I don't know, you know what? I wouldn't really, I very rarely ever call on a Monday. Nobody wants to hear anything about it. It's a Monday, you know, I mean, so, you know, Fridays can be a little iffy too, because people want to get out of there. So I think Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, anytime. I would never call anybody first thing in the morning when they open. That's too early. You got to, you know, sometimes, you know, right after lunch. I think afternoons are better, more towards the end of the afternoon, if not after hours. If they say 9 to 5, well, sometimes that really depends. If you're calling a bigger company, their phones are going to shut down at a certain time. You know, they're not, they're just not going to ring, or absolutely nobody's going to answer them. But, you know, I mean, mid-sized, smaller companies, and we never should disregard those smaller companies, because they can be doing massive amounts of you know, business with, they only have 20 employees, you know.
Do you leave messages, or do you, you said you talked about leaving a message, but if you know you're going to talk to this person, you're really going to hound them or get to them, would you kind of like not leave a message and just call back next day? But at one point, leave a message?
I always leave a message, even though InventRight told me in the beginning not to. And I'm like, why? Why not leave it? The thing that I want to do is I want to introduce myself, and trust me, they will remember me because it was short and sweet, because they got 15 other calls that people went on and on and on and on and on. Right off the bat, when my message is 15 seconds long, I've already made an impression on them.
Yep.
And I'm going to tell them I'm going to call you back. I'm going to reach back out. You know, I told them who I was, how to contact me. They never call back. Trust. Every once in a while, somebody will call me back. Doesn't happen very often, but out of respect, I'm going to tell them, because what if they want to call me back? I got to tell them my number, you know? So
Yep.
I tell my name. I'm a product developer. This is my telephone number. I want to know if you're open to outside ideas. My telephone number, you know, I'll be reaching back out because I want to give them fair warning. And then my telephone number again. And then I have like this, I have a folder. How I do it, because I'm not real good with Excel spreadsheets and computer crap. The less I could do on a computer, the more happy I am. Trust me. So I actually have a binder. Okay, a binder, and I have 31 days in it. So I call them today. Today's the 13th. I will take that paper out and I will put it 10 days. I will put it on the 23rd.
Wow.
That's when I need. So I open up my book every day and say, okay, that's who I need to call today. That's who I need to follow up with. And then I write little notes, left a voicemail, you know, whatever, email, LinkedIn message. It just keeps one little binder is so much easier than for me. I mean, if you're not computer savvy. We have any more questions?
So I have a comment still. So one of the things that I've noticed doing this process is I have to, like, you get spam calls all the time. Now I have to answer my phone because you never know who's calling you.
Yep.
It could be someone calling me back. I had someone, I didn't call them, but I sent them something through LinkedIn. Oh, so I sent them an email, and my email has my phone number on the bottom tag. What do they call it? They call it something. And they called me back, and he didn't respond to the email. He just called me out of the blue and asked me why I called his company. But you know, I'm driving at the time, and I'm like, I got him on the phone, so I start pitching. You know, I give him my elevator pitch. You know, I kept it short, sweet. So I'm going to send you a sales sheet. I just wanted the permission to send the sales sheet. But I said, I have him on the phone. Might as well get something in his ear. I kept it short, just give him the gist. I didn't give him too much. Give him a little taste, you know, sort of thing.
Yeah. So, and you know what? I know I'm giving out my cell phone, and you know what? Every time somebody calls and it's a spam, I'm going to answer it. And if it's a spam, I'm just going to hang up and block them.
Yep.
That's just a price we pay. You know, what are you going to do?
Exactly.
What are you going to do? Because you don't want to miss one of those calls. You know, I mean, usually, and sometimes people will leave messages, sometimes they won't. But relationship calls, Don, that's what we're going to call it. We're not calling it cold call. No more. Dana is coining it. It's called relationship calls.
Okay, Dana, I may start using that.
That's right. And I want credit for it.
I will give you credit for that.
Dana, Nick had something to ask.
Yeah, Nick. Yeah.
Hi, Dana.
Hi.
Dana, first of all, I really love your energy. I feel it through the computer, and I'm a long way from you.
Yeah.
I see that gatekeeper, as you refer to it, I don't think we have the same terminology in our country. We call it the receptionist. Celeste, would you agree with me?
Yes, they are called, technically they are called receptionists, secretaries.
Yeah, I just want to be on the same page as you.
We call them the gatekeeper. Yeah.
I like that. I like it because it's pertinent to what I'm saying. That, in my view, that person is critical. And even if you get, as you had lots of unsuccessful attempts, you had to go back. Yeah. And even in maybe 3 calls, calling back saying, I'm not reaching the person. And I found this I'm retired now, but I've never done a cold call, incidentally. Mm-hmm. I don't think I have the courage.
Oh, no, I know. Yeah, nobody has the courage to do it. You just have to suck it up.
I will now. And I've found so often in the world of business, to get to that person and form a really strong relationship, it will open a myriad of doors. I mean, you can get anywhere in an organization.
You know, I mean, I could have listed 100 people that I have relationships with that I could have called right now, and they may have picked up the phone. I mean, maybe not, you know, but this is a relationship business. You know, in fact, I got to the point now where I know so many people in so many companies, just and even before I had the title of Director of Inventor Relations, that you gain their trust, they know your name, that I don't even need to ask them permission to send ideas. I just email them stuff now. Hey, what do you think of this? Hey, Billy, how you doing? What do you think of this? They all say no, but whatever. You got to keep going, you know? Yeah. I get a lot, I still get a lot of no's, yeah. But you know what? It is very, very scary. It is. But, you know, there is a thing on LinkedIn that I just read and I loved it. And it said, either, you know, go forward or quit. They're both painful.
Yeah.
Either keep going or quit. They're both painful, because if you quit, and why? Because of fear. And fear, I did the whole, Don, we did for that inventors thing. I did a whole hour-long presentation on fear. And it all stems from our God-given natural instinct of not being accepted. It's all fear. It's not like you pick up the phone all the time and call, you know, I call my mom, I call my sister, I call my kid, I call my husband, you know, my friends. But when it comes to calling somebody totally, what's the worst that can happen? They can say, screw you, you know, and hang up. Okay, screw you, hang up. Okay, move on to the next one. But the more you do it, the more, like, I was nervous at first. I was more nervous doing this in front of you than I was calling those people. Because what will you think of me? You may judge me. You may not learn something, you know. So I'm glad. Thank you, Nick, for letting me know that was.
And we're also people.
Yeah, we're all people.
So let's just on the lighter side. I wanted to ask you: has anybody ever told you you've got hypnotic eyes? I want to show you something on the screen.
Oh.
Can you zoom in on that?
Hold on a second.
Can you see my phone?
Let me hold on. Let me do speaker view. Go ahead.
Lift your phone a bit, Nick.
Sorry?
Lift your phone.
Can you see your eyes?
They were leering. Okay. Yeah, Dave.
Now what you've obviously got a halo light somewhere, and they dance around your pupils, and they sometimes line up perfectly. I'm sure everybody else is.
My round light.
There you go. Yes.
My halo's a little crooked sometimes, though. Just so
I wondered if you had a patent on that.
No, I do not. No, but my halo is definitely a little crooked sometimes. Yeah.
Okay, I don't mean to cut short
just something that
anybody,
caught my
is there
attention.
anybody else who has any other questions for Dana? Dana, it's been a fabulous meeting. Hands-on, very interesting. I must say that I learned lots of little things and a couple of big ones. But one is that you've got to set aside some good time and be patient.
Yeah.
Because it is modern today to have press 1, press 2, press 3.
Oh, yeah.
And then you go again and you can't, you know, there's not, when I was in business, we had one person who knew it all. You could actually phone them, they'll put you through the right department, the right person, they were whatever.
And
Today
another,
it's all electronic.
you know, another little tip that I'll give you, and it didn't happen on these calls, but if I couldn't have got through to anybody and they would have had a button to hit human resources, I would have called everybody. Okay, everybody hates human resources, right? Everybody, and you guys in South Africa know what human resources is in a company? Okay, everybody hates them. So when you call and you get somebody on human resources and you're super duper nice to them, and human resources knows everybody in that company. I've had them be my cheerleader, you know, I'm going to help you out. Yes, absolutely. Because they're so nice to them, and they'll let you know who you need to contact. That's just a little tip. Wink, wink, nod, nod.
My best trick used to be to ask for the MD's secretary, the CEO, the president, the personal assistant.
Yeah.
And then you go through to them, and you know, your opening is obviously an introduction, but I need your help.
Yeah.
Who would I speak to? And then when you speak to the guy, you can say, Lucy from your MD's from C-suite suggested I call you.
Right, that's why it's
so
important to
it's
write
another-
write everything down. I didn't write everything down, Melissa. When I talked to her first at Bragg, I didn't write her number down, but I called her back and then, wanted to get her email. So, but yeah, thank you so much for having me on. I hope
Dana, it was a pleasure. And
we
you can
do
be
it.
sure that we will be calling you back to hear your story.
Yeah,
I mean,
Company 53, Dawn's heard it.
Absolutely.
I think you've heard it, Celeste, haven't you? Have you?
I'm half of it. I haven't read. I haven't heard the one that you're talking about. So I look forward to that.
It's a pretty good one, right, Dawn?
Yes, absolutely.
It's my whole inventing journey, all my mistakes, all the money I spent, and then I go into how I found licensing and how, and then of course there's more to the story now because I just wrote a book. I'm a published author now.
All right.
Well, you don't stop. That's wonderful.
I know. Yeah, it doesn't have anything to do with inventing. It's just about it's about the mind and taking the pause. The name of the book is called The Pause Method. Pause is an acronym for postpone action until serenity or sanity emerges. And it's all about just taking the pause and getting your thoughts together. And whether that takes a minute, an hour, a day, years, whatever, it's amazing how when we start to pause that we can start to, we change the way we look at things when we just pause and don't act so quick. So it's a pretty good book. They tell me it's pretty good. It'll be launched. We're doing the Audible version.
Ooh.
I'm doing the Audible version. I'm reading it.
Oh, neat.
Yeah, so we're doing that.
I'd like to say thank you very much, Dana. It's
You're
been
welcome.
a fabulous meeting. Thank you very much for everybody's input. Thank you for coming. Thank you to Don for recording.
Thanks, Don.
And
Thank you.
I look forward to seeing you next week. We've got Carrie Jeske coming in. She's a product scout.
Does Carrie, she still works for the same company? Does Carrie still work for, what is it?
It's her own company.
It's, yeah, okay, yeah. She still do
She
products.
does- Yeah,
Okay, great.
and she's going to be also talking to us live next year. She's coming out to Africa in April.
Wonderful.
But my big surprise, I must tell you all, and we're working on it, is Stephen Key will be talking to us here live in Johannesburg on the 25th of October.
That's
Wow.
So it's going to be obviously a hybrid meeting, and I'm thrilled about that. He happens to be in Africa, and he's going to come past Johannesburg and speak to us. So that's another wow event coming up. But thank you very much, all of you, for coming. Much appreciated. And thank you again, Don. Thank you, Dana. And thank you, everybody.
Thank you, everyone. Have a
Thanks, Les.
wonderful evening,
Bye.
afternoon, morning, wherever the heck you're at. Talk to you soon. And
Thank
thanks,
you.
Nick, for my halo glow. Okay, bye-bye, everybody.
Bye.